Alright, in this video I'll give you a true story that actually took place, and I know the details very well because the guy in question was my client, and how he got trapped by this female, his career, money, everything got destroyed by this female, and it's a very scary story. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you, especially if you're an Indian or you're planning to date an Indian female, keep in mind these risks are very real. Okay, now this happened around 2-3 years ago. I was trying to find the video where it was. I have 8,000 videos, so I for the life of me I don't know where it is. Okay, but I've written down the points so if you see me looking at the sheet, I just wanted to make sure that I give you the most accurate information I can. Obviously, private details are not going to be shared. So take from this story what you will, and if you feel you need to share this with someone who's in love with a girl from India, I think this story will will give them at least, will keep them scared, will keep them cautious, and they will think 100 times before they do get into a relationship with a female. Okay, the person in question here, a young chap, a DJ, plus he used to do other things in Dubai. Not a very big salary, not a very big position, but his main job was working in a multinational company in the lower levels. But at the side, he used to DJ and anchor shows. He used to DJ shows where, play music. He was very good. He was pretty good, and he used to get a lot of gigs. But he never wanted to quit the corporate world because it paid him a good salary. He wanted to grow from there. And this DJing business was his side gig. And because he was very disciplined, dedicated, he slowly started building up this DJing business, investing whatever money he had. A word of mouth, he got more popular. So he bought his own turntables, he bought his own speakers, lights, and he used to rent it out and make money. The only challenge he found is because, when you do night shows, you sleep very late, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and then he had to report to work the following day sharp at 8 o'clock. But, when you're young, you can manage. And this guy was also very, enterprising. He would put all these videos or all these photographs on Instagram, Facebook. And his company was perfectly okay as long as he achieved his targets. His boss was, his well-wisher. And that is very important in Dubai. If your boss is your well-wisher, you can get away with a lot of things. He used to report to work sometimes late here and there, but the boss used to manage. And only used to tell him, make sure the target is achieved, but don't make it a habit coming late. All right. So as his popularity spread, he kept reinvesting in the business, kept getting more and more clientele, and then he used to have like his friend, partner, work with him because he couldn't do it alone. And then obviously during Ramadan, when everything shuts down, that is where he would take a break. So it was during Ramadan that he went to India for a holiday. Okay. And obviously, they not only went he went with that partner friend, but they also wanted to do some research and find out, can we get new music? Can we get new CDs? Can we get new gear? So they wanted to go shopping in many places. And that involved visiting nightclubs and seeing what is happening in the nightclub scene in India. So this is where he bumped into this girl. And, when the song was playing, everyone was dancing. Apparently, the DJ of this nightclub, he was good friends with him. So he let him play a few tracks here and there. And, obviously, when you suddenly start playing with the DJ, you're looked upon as the cool guy. So a lot of females started to, hey, you're cool and this and that. And he was... when you're young, who doesn't mind the attention? And obviously he had Dubai money, so he was buying people a round of drinks. So this girl beautiful, not like ultra beautiful, but really, really good looking, great figure. It seems that she was a dancer. She used to teach people dancing. She had a dancing school, where she was working, and plus she was doing modeling gigs and all that. And they just clicked up. And before you know it, at the same night they hooked up. Hooked up means they didn't actually have sex, but made out and all that. And next thing you know is he likes her, she likes him. Steamy, hot, romantic encounter. And he did go and visit the other places, but he primarily decided to stick around and spend more time with her. And initially when you are in the heat of the relationship, when it's new, the passions run very high. So they spend the next, I think, couple of days together in a hotel. He booked a 5-star hotel, and his partner was like, yeah, you can enjoy, man, whatever. So he booked a 5-star hotel, gave her a 5-star treatment, gave her food and gifts, and he just wanted to shower her because this was like his first serious kind of romantic girlfriend. And then obviously he had to go back, and how girls are when you're going back. Oh, he's going back to Dubai, and she was crying, and he said, we'll always be in touch and all that. Okay, so he came back to Dubai and started to work. But if you have fallen in love, in love, you get what I'm saying. If you're romantic, actual term is if you're highly infatuated with a high degree of sex and the newness of the relationship where passions are super high, both the parties go crazy. Now, obviously, this guy was a good-looking guy. He may not be very rich, but he was very enterprising. He must have told her all these stories about his dreams and passions and Dubai life, and he wants to go abroad, USA and Canada, and, all these. He wants to DJ in Ibiza. This girl really, really fell for him, head over heels, and they would start talking every day on the phone. And those days, there was no, I think, what these apps are very cheap. The cheaper options were not available. So he was really spending a lot of money talking to her, literally the whole day and night and everywhere else. And whenever he would go for gigs, he would talk to her. And because his boss was close to him, he managed to take another holiday for a couple of days, 2-3 days. He would do his work, and so the frequency of meeting got increased. And obviously, when you meet someone that you are so passionately crazy about, when you meet the next time, it's hot, passionate sex. And this went on like crazy. They were like rabbits in heat. And so every month, 2-3 days he would spend with her. He would spend extra time working. Business was running well, work was running well, things were happening. This went on for a couple of months until finally she decided to introduce him to the family. What is there, meeting the parents and all that. And parents very impressed with him, very happy. But obviously the mother and father popped the question, so what is the future? What is your plan? Are you just going to meet like this? So he said, no, I really like her very much. So the parents said, no, we are serious. What about marriage? So he told the parents, please let me speak to my parents. Okay. And the parents said, okay, fine, no, whatever. So the next meeting, it was the girl, obviously pressurizing him, and he went and to introduce this girl to his parents. He had told them that he was dating someone, but the parents were like, okay, fine. Now this is where I think the starting of all the problems started. The beginning. See, now you can like the girl can like you. The parents can like one of the parties, but the question is, will the other parent like the boy or girl? In the boy's case, because the boy came from a very traditional or not very rich background, and he was very hardworking and all that, and he was not smoking, he was not drinking, he was none of this. He didn't have interest in all this. But here, this girl loved to drink, loved to smoke, and obviously, she was a dancer, so she used to dance wearing, very sexy outfit, not like promiscuous outfits, but, body tight and, because obviously he has to show a figure. So the parents were not very happy with this. And the biggest thing was the smoking, drinking, and showing the body. And she was a little bit, even though she was very polite and very nice, the parents didn't get that vibe. And that is where the parents told the boy, we would prefer you getting a girl from our community or a girl who doesn't smoke, doesn't drink. So that's what. He, like an idiot, this is the mistake that he did. The second one is he made a long face. And then obviously, she would ask him, why, what happened? Tell me. And he told my parents so and so. Oh, and that was where the problem started to become even worse, because now she started telling, oh, so you just had sex with me, you just used me and you want to dump me. And he was like always coaxing her and telling her, no, listen. Give me time, I'll make it happen. But you know how it is. So they started, like every time she would cry on the phone, they would argue, and he obviously had to come back to Dubai. So they would fight, they would argue, and she would always pressure. My parents are asking me now, when will you get married? You already used me, I introduced you to everyone, now what will society say? He said, listen, I'm not going anywhere, I'm with you, okay? So, okay, fine. But, nothing's going to happen until something happens. This was where he got in touch with me. Why? Because now she was pressurizing him to get engaged. And he was not too sure whether to get engaged or not. Okay. And what's more is, even his own boss, who was like a close friend to him, well-wisher, his boss himself said, see, listen, there's no hurry in getting married. You are pushing. Just get to know the girl and you can bring her here to Dubai. But she was adamant, no, we have to get engaged, then it'll mean something. So in that confusion about Dubai relationships and all that, that is how he bumped into my channel and my videos. He was just researching whatever. And I also told him the same thing, that there's no need to get married. Okay, get to know the girl. Go finish the honeymoon phase and then see. But then, she kept telling him about engagement. And she said, at least get engaged if you truly love me. I told him, see, listen, once you get engaged, that means you're already moving your step towards marriage. It will be very hard to break up. But, how emotions are. And next thing you know is, because she was crying every day, they were fighting every day, and I finally got fed up. Emotional, this thing. And when he went and met her, this time he decided he would get married. He informed his parents. When he told me, I was like, boss, you're making a mistake. At least that's what I feel. You shouldn't, because now you're putting the hopes even higher. He got engaged, became a public ceremony, called her parents, and they got engaged at her turf of the woods. The parents were not comfortable because, they didn't approve of it, but, they went along. Got engaged, and then he came back to Dubai. Okay, engagement is over. And this is where it became the point where things became the worst. After the engagement, now the pressure was on, when will we get married? And, when you are running a business, when you want to expand on your business, when you want to do your work and you have the pressure and all that, things are not very romantic. And you need to understand that initially, when you expand, things look very promising. But as you grow, it becomes very hard to manage, it becomes very hard to maintain. And he was getting people to work under him, like a temporary staff. And him and his partner started having, squabbles and all that. So things were not in a very good place, and he was putting on weight. His health was being affected. He was under pressure, and every single day she would nag and fight and this and that. And once again, he got in touch with me, and he was like, now what do I do? And I told him, boss, see, listen, you take my word. This engagement, just leave it. Don't be accessible on the phone. Focus on your work. Otherwise, it's going to be a mad thing. And the problem is, she became so overly possessive that if he wouldn't answer the phone, she would keep calling, and then he had to take a separate phone. So finally, one fine day, he just calls me out of the blue and says, "Oh, she has met with an accident. She's very serious and she's hospital. I have to go." And I immediately told him, "Wait, wait, wait. Okay, accident. Did you see, like, video?" "No, no, no. The mother's crying, father's crying." I told him, "What if it's a trap?" That was the first thing that came to mind. What if it's a trap? Because remember, he's going from Dubai to, he's saying, "No, no, no, Roy, they will never lie to me. The mother and father, they know me." Okay. So he immediately took a flight and flew back. And, well, she was hospitalized. But this was where it was not because of an accident. He thought she met with an accident. They didn't give him any details. She had tried to take, overdose of sleeping pills and this and that, and because he was not getting married, and obviously he went to meet her, and he thought that the parents would be glad, but after he landed there, they immediately arrested him. They got him arrested, and the claim was that the daughter tried to kill herself because of this guy, because of the false marriage promises. And you know how it works. And they put multiple cases on him. And the worst part was all these chats, all these emails, all his "I love you," all the photographs, everything they presented. And they said he is not getting married to her, and he is escaping. And now the daughter wants to kill herself, and we want justice. And he was put in jail. He was behind bars. And there started a series of long, drawn-out problems. A series of problems after problems. He ended up being in India for nearly, I think, a couple of months. His boss literally had to hold on to his job. But he told him, "If you cannot come back within 6 months, I can't hold your visa anymore. We'll have to cancel it." So, and his business also got affected, and he was in a bad state, man. Very, very bad state. And finally, when he did speak to me, he was in a bad shape. I finally told him, "See, listen, I suggest you take some neutral negotiators." I told him, "I can't do anything. Take some neutral negotiators and figure out some way to make the parents say, 'Okay, fine, we let you go.'" They would definitely ask for compensation. And it was not easy. It was not easy. First, the parents didn't want to talk, and then this went up and down, back and forth. Finally, the parents agreed for a very big, very, very big amount. Very big amount. All the years of everything that he saved, he had to sell it all off. The parents had to sell off, I think, the land, the gold, everything that was planned for his, future marriage investment. He lost everything. And they had to give this as cash. And, obviously signed this thing that everything is forgiven and all that. I wish I could tell you that it was a, fairy tale good ending. He did lose his job because his boss couldn't hold it anymore. He lost his job. His business shut down. His partner had taken over. He didn't pay him exactly 100% of the value. He paid him a small, substantial amount. And then he, obviously, after the mess, he shut down his social media, whatever. He didn't want to be known or seen. And I'm not supposed to tell you where he went finally, but he didn't go back to UAE. To this date, as far as I know, out of the last I was in touch with him, he's not married. He is once again starting another same line of business. He is not as successful as he was. Job is okay. The business is doing okay. He's still trying to get back to his feet, but he has also taken another business apart from that DJing, sounds and lights. He's doing some trading, export, import, whatever, dabbling in different things. But in terms of relationship, he is very scarred, very, very scarred. Sad to say that he lost his dad because of the pressure, and his dad was a weak heart patient. Now only his mother is left, so he has to take care of her. And not a day goes by where he regrets what had happened. The girl, it seems that she got married eventually and moved on, and they had a lot of money, and she migrated. I will not tell you where, and she's very happy. She's doing fine. So if you think karma is going to bite her in the ass, no, it's not going to bite her. Him, he still doesn't drink or smoke, although here and there he tried. But he has put on a lot of weight and is emotionally scarred, emotionally very, very badly scarred. He does have a girlfriend, but he keeps at a distance. And I don't think he's going to get married anytime soon. So anyway, the reason why I wanted to share this with you is because this is how life is. In fact, he's kind of lucky that this happened those couple of years ago. Not now, because now the rules are even more worse. And if you'd be jailed, I don't think the lawyers or the law would let him go. And but yeah, it's a telltale sign. But yeah, on social media, he's nowhere to be seen and nowhere to be found. He doesn't want to be known like before. He wants to keep a low profile, and he definitely, any girl who approaches him, it brings back all those horrific memories. And his life is destroyed. His parents, he lost his father. He kind of blames himself for it. He lost all the wealth that they had. And now he only has a mom. And he's just a focused individual who doesn't want to make any more mistakes. So anyway, thought I'd share this with you. I'm not asking you to hate on females, but I'm asking you to be cautious, especially if you're dating an Indian female. Don't think it's a cakewalk. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.